Hello, GDQ Games Committee, and anybody watching this. We are the Powerwash crew, back at it again, with a new and updated submission. This is most DLC vehicles. We are specifically cutting out the Warhammer 40k vehicles as they are way too long. But this is basically every DLC vehicle in the game before February 2024. We've got the normal 6-person team here. I am Amerlin. We've got Acadial, Angelic Knight, Enigma Requiem, Big Law, and B. We created the most vehicles category as a way, or we created the all vehicles category as a way to show off a lot of the unique things in this game while also being able to do something that was fairly quick. And we do mean most vehicles. We are going to even do things like this, which is the quad bike present in the obstacle course level, even though it's about 1% of the level and doesn't mean all that much. But if everybody is ready, we can start the time in 3, 2, 1, go. And just like last time, they have given us access to the Trident in most of the DLC levels that we're going to do. Not all of them. It's still not present in the SpongeBob DLC, unless they have changed that.
Done. We're done quad. Yeah.
We have done with the quad bikes. We're moving on. Just like before, Angelic Knight is going to be our shot caller. They are the host of this, so they have the most accurate sync. Although they did actually manage to fix the sync issue that we have, which is very funny. But aside from that, they are going to be shot calling for us, and everybody has their own positions to start with and then to move on to once they've finished their position. So, this is the Jeep and Motorboat from the Tomb Raider DLC. I've never played a Tomb Raider game. I don't know if anybody in the call has.
I played a couple.
Okay. Well,
I think there was one I just got super scared of the dog. Like the first level in is like a 4-year-old, so I stopped playing it. But I played that.
I remember getting comboed by like a snake in a corner.
I'm seeing a lot of people.
I think they're even playing Metal Gear.
Seeing a lot of people play the remastered Tomb Raiders as they're coming out, and then getting very mad at stuff. There is, of course, between the two teams of 3, always a competition for who finishes first. Whether you're Jeep gang or whether you're Motorboat gang. There's a lot of very annoying angles on a lot of these. And a lot of the dirt seems to be a lot more precise than usual. But, owned.
Boat gang.
Boat gang. Here we go. On to the next. Wow, our live split was done back when the netcode of this game was horribly broken. So we're gonna save a lot of time on this recording.
Very nice.
All right. So that's the only vehicles in the Tomb Raider DLC, and now we're moving on to the Final Fantasy DLC. This has 2 of the more annoying vehicles, but I personally am a big fan of them. They give a lot of fun things to clean. I know B specifically is not a fan because they always go up top there, and when we were practicing, we can really mess with them by raising or lowering the arms, which will randomly kick them off. But of course, we all love each other. We're all friends here. We're not going to do anything like that.
Should be a little nicer now that the arms won't move in offset positions depending on who raises it, so on and so forth.
Yeah. This part of the DLC is actually fairly interesting because it is considered canon with the Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth lore. Because this game is published by Square Enix, you get texts from, I believe it's Hojo and Heidegger, Someone's gonna have to correct me. I haven't played either of those games.
I think you get some from Reeve as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the villains in the games, and they tell you just how much they love using these machines to kill innocent protesters. Which
I think it's the villains and also like the PR guy who's trying his best.
yeah.
He's the urban development manager, I believe. He's the one who actually cares about people.
So I don't think he's the one who tells you to, you know, clean off this thing.
No, he's the one that hires you to do the model of Midgar.
The great level that we are unfortunately not going to see because there are no vehicles in it.
I mean, there might be like really, really tiny.
Oh
cars,
yeah,
but
we
they don't count.
might have to.
No,
you know,
they don't count. They don't count.
They're not real.
We're doing this live.
Those are model vehicles. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm,
You'll find that we do stretch the definition of vehicle a little bit in this run, but
Vehicle.
it's all for
there
fun.
is no one in this.
There could be.
There,
I-
no. There
No,
couldn't
you
be.
could wait. You could definitely
Conveyance
fit this on this.
devices.
This conveys murder.
All right.
But yeah, this one and the airbuster after it are very full of tricky angles to hit, and a lot of the skill involved in this is knowing where those angles are, and honestly being able to hit them from the ground, because although Angelic did fix the netcode, climbing anything off host is a bit of a pain sometimes. Should be really close to finishing this one up. There's one part of this claw that I can't get.
That's not what I want to pick up.
Shoulder well needs cleaning.
Claws are good.
Which shoulder roll? Oh, there it is. I see it.
Left.
There we go.
It's the right wrist.
Lost relative.
Yes.
Absolute relative. All right, we'll figure. There we go.
There you
I had to lower it.
Perfect. And now we get
Alright,
the
time for a fun one.
now we get the airbuster, which is great because it has a these two really complicated hands, each individual joint of which is a ding. So, Enigma and I suppose myself are gonna get very. Yep, you're gonna hear a lot of dings as we clean each of those off. This also has a bunch of openable parts on it. For example, we have the big bomber cannon right here. And then we also have the chest cannon. I think those are weapons that it uses in the fight, when you fight it.
Yeah.
Again, never played Final Fantasy VII.
It's either this one or the previous one has a part that's called the Tank Buster.
I think it's this one. I think it's the cannons on the back.
Something that I forgot was a thing is that whenever you pick something up, you do just stand up when you're crouching. So I'm trying to be down here trying to clean these air cushions, and I keep standing up for no reason.
Oh yeah, Gnome Tech.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gnome Tech is a powerful thing to remember.
Unfortunately, it's utterly useless in the run.
Yeah.
It only serves to slightly annoy other people.
It's me. I'm other people.
Yeah, you can clip inside of things by getting force stood, which is pretty funny.
The inside is the dirty part.
Our word stand.
Yeah. So, in case you're hearing the mac and cheese noises going on, the devs have claimed that they didn't touch the sounds.
community manager.
The community manager has claimed that they didn't touch the sounds of the power washer. That's definitely not true. We have played this game enough to know that something changed.
I don't
So
want to put words in people's mouths.
yeah, it's a noise that exists. Kind of great.
We do not mean to slander anyone, but it sure is there.
It really is the essence of craft dinner.
It's one of the noises ever, truly.
May or may not be there by time of GDQ.
Yeah. If it gets fixed, great. If it doesn't, everyone gets to hear the wonderful noises.
Sound of a delicious home-cooked meal.
Yeah. Me deliberately picking noises to say, or things to say there. It'd be funny if we have any Final Fantasy VII lore experts with us to come on and talk about this.
I've been meaning to play it.
Oh, get on.
Yeah, I guess
For the
I've,
base side turret. I swear I got these. Okay. No, I didn't get this one.
It's the boss relative left wrist, by the way.
I tried so hard.
Okay, it's just the hinge. Honestly,
It's the,
getting
It's
through
the
this
upper
without
handle.
having like getting through that without having like 10 finger joints left at the end is really good. All right, and one last quick one from here: the motorcycle and hauler. We once again have two separate teams go over and do it. The motorcycle team gets the fun part of a billion dings right at the start, as each individual spike on the front is a ding. I don't know if we ever really have a consensus about which one of these is harder to do.
I think probably the motorcycle.
Yeah, the motorcycle has more angles, but I think there's less of it.
Yeah.
well, it is a motorcycle versus a truck.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Okay. I think bike is
Motorcycle
good.
feels pretty good.
Bike
Yeah,
gears?
biking.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Not biking.
Bike is just the rear wheel guard. That's it. Okay, there we go. No. Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
No,
I'm not
that's
Bike
not-
gang, let's go.
Simultaneous.
That was bike gang. That was bike
That was
gang. Easy
totally
bike gang.
Uh-huh.
Big
We're
bike
going.
gang dub in here. All right.
What the hell?
So that's the Final Fantasy DLC, and now we're going to go to the SpongeBob DLC. And the SpongeBob DLC has a bunch of vehicles, including, yes, probably the one you're thinking of.
This
but-
is-
First,
oh yes.
of course, we get to start with the most important one, which is Squidward's bicycle. This is the DLC where we don't gain access to the trident. As you can see, none of us have it equipped, and we're all fish now. Luckily, Squidward's bicycle is just one piece, so once we finish it, we're done. We can leave. And now we're going to go to the Rock Bottom Bus, which is the bus, I think we're all in, from that one episode where SpongeBob speaks in fart noises. I am not a SpongeBob lore expert. I do not pretend to know the name of it.
The episode's called Rock Bottom.
Ah, there we go.
Tracks.
That tracks it.
But yeah, since we don't have the trident now, we're all. Well, I am. I actually don't know. But I'm not looking at everybody else. Using the yellow 15-degree nozzle because it is the best for the way that you have to play this game when speedrunning it. Basically, just very, very small movements of the mouse to clean off sections. And none of the other nozzles are quite as good at it. The red nozzle, which is 0 degrees, is pretty good, but it's not good for wide sweeping bursts. It's really good at individual, like, targeted cleaning for if there's, like, oil or something like that. But in these DLCs, there's actually not a lot of oil. So,
Well, we are underwater.
true. but there's oil in the ocean.
That's where the oil belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ask BP.
You'll also see sometimes we're trying to, there we go, proxy jump off of stuff like that. If you run and jump at anything, you get a boost off of it, anything sloped. And this can work with pretty much anything sloped, even if there's little like bumps in the ground. Oh my god, we got all of our portholes done. That's a first.
Incredible.
Those portholes are super finicky, so it's really good that we got them all done. We tend to run into a situation where we end and there's like 3 of them with one small thing on the top.
Big ol' bottom stack.
Oh yeah.
So this level has an interesting history, specifically with us 6, because this is the level that made Angelic fix the netcode. Is it right?
It was actually the start level there, Conch Street, because we straight up could not have 6 people join after build 951.
Well, but this was this the dirty bubble level, or was it the other one?
This is the dirty bubble level. But,
Okay.
Bubble is here, yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere around here is the dirty bubble, and
There he is.
there he is. There he is. And at the end of the level, he flies away, and Angelic wanted to fix that. So they started tearing apart the game's netcode, and then discovered that there's a way to fix it. So they just did.
It was more of that was the obvious sign to point to be like, hey, can I change this? Cool, I can change anything.
they have too much power.
It's the Unity game next.
I'm really falling apart on cleaning the inside of this.
Doing your best.
It's alright.
For some reason, there's so many really tight and weird angles on it.
Have you ever tried to clean a burger?
I mean, with my mouth.
We're good on engine. We are. Look at this go.
Which cheese?
One of the cheeses.
It's done. Now it's just
Steering wheel. Now the
windshield.
windscreen. Hey, there we go.
Hi, dirty bubble.
Yep. Now he doesn't leave.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't change that. He just only goes if you look at him.
And of course, the most important one, which is the invisible boatmobile. I'm actually a huge fan of this one, because of the way they did it. It straight up disappears as you clean it, which makes it very funny. Everything is like rustum cold, I think that's a word. Whatever's behind it. So like I'm standing and I can see B through the boat right here. But it does mean that you really got to know where all the dirty parts on it are, because they will get obscured by the clean parts. But the good news is if you can see dirt, then it's cleanable.
If you can see it, it needs to be cleaned.
Yeah. Door handles. It's probably the left one.
Got it.
There we go.
Just the windshield.
And there we go.
Nice.
That's the invisible boatmobile. And it gets a little outline after you finish it, which is cute. And now we're... Angelic's character froze on that for me in a really interesting way. Right, and now we're going into the seasonal special, which is a short little one of Santa's Workshop.
It is not loading. Nope.
It
Not.
kicked me out.
I also it's decided to load the second I quit relaunching.
You want me to start a lobby?
Yeah, if you can get it go. All of this should be valid to start since we're forced region.
This happens sometimes. Nothing to really worry about.
It used to be much, much worse.
Used to be much worse. Big ups to Angelic for fixing it. Co-op is on. So now we're back to the tridents. Again, trident is super good. It's 3 red nozzles attached to one. It basically direct cleans anything. Roll in, go. It basically direct cleans anything that we're looking at, including oil. Like I said before, red nozzles are really good for that. Angelic, do you want to take back over hosting for the
Yeah,
next
I'll
part?
pick it up on van.
Okay.
One problem with this level.
It's
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
see the dirt.
Yeah,
You get
so
flashbanged.
tab lets you see dirt-o-vision. Unfortunately, when you hit tab, everything is dirt.
Yeah, there's the whole rest of the level that this display is inside of. That is still dirt.
Display steps, tracks, skis, base, and bells. Display tracks and skis.
The tracks technically aren't part of the.
It's fine. They're done.
One more ski.
Which ski is it?
One more ski.
Left sled relative.
Done.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
And what I can do to kick everybody out is just close the co-op lobby.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah. We used to have to close the co-op lobby like that to force kick everyone because it would
Is it open?
it was faster. But then shoutouts to the Powerwash Sim devs. They did actually fix the netcode.
Everybody's in.
And this is the final DLC that was introduced before February of 2024. It's the Back to the Future DLC. First thing we're going to clean is Doc Brown's van from the movie Back to the Future 1.
Yes.
Yep.
I have not seen any of the movies, so I'm not going to pretend like I know anything.
The levels we're doing is 113.
But
Well,
this
it's right
van
around the
is...
time when,
go
Doc Brown
ahead.
finds some uranium. That's it.
Perfect. This van is remarkably similar to the fire truck, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of very tiny angles to clean, but the level in and of itself isn't that hard. The most difficult part is this roof trim right here,
We already got it.
because you have to hit it from a really strange angle.
Left mirror.
There we go.
Nice. Good team.
We are blazing through this. Yes. The next one is, of course, the DeLorean. You know, they're not going to have a Back to the Future DLC without this. The back of the vehicle is quite a mess in terms of what needs to be cleaned. There is a there's just a lot back there, very similar to the engine in the paddy wagon. So take a quick look so you can see. Just a mess of cables and wiring. But of course, when we clean it, it does the Back to the Future thing of disappearing in a field, a trail of fire. Pearl Field Gyroscope is upper right. There we go. It does actually kick you off when you finish it.
That almost started the wrong level.
Oh, and whenever Angelic opens the menu, any animations reset themselves. And we're on to the final one here, which is Doc's Time Train from Back to the Future 3. This one is more straightforward than the previous train that you can clean in the base game, I think.
Yeah.
Mainly because we have the Trident.
Got more bits though.
Yeah, it does have more bits, but I think
It feels
those
like
bits...
a lot less angles, if anything, just because the tires or the wheels are not trapped behind impossible angles.
Yep.
And they're only trapped behind difficult angles.
Yeah.
Roll the difference.
Huge step up.
That is.
Yeah, this is why the... It hasn't really been prevalent on a lot of levels up until now, but this is why the sweeping clean motion is so good with the Trident. you can really get a lot of dirt off in one go. But unfortunately, it does mean a lot of little individual cleanups here and there. And a lot of that is hitting different angles, because if you look at something from one way, it's fully clean. You look at it from the other way, there's dirt everywhere, and you wonder how you missed it all. This game is surprisingly accurate in terms of what it calls behind what you clean. Like, if you have a ladder standing up, and then you clean everything behind the ladder, there will be a dirt pattern in the shape of the ladder. I always thought was pretty cool. We are rapidly approaching the end of this run. There's, yeah, this used to be a lot worse, and then the netcode got fixed, and now this run is a lot better.
Yeah, I can actually use a ladder now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing.
Yes.
When the netcode was broken, we couldn't effectively run up stuff, which is why we all got really good at proxy boosting off of stuff.
Oh, I can move things too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It used to be if you pick up something, you would go to the Shadow Realm, and sometimes it would just clip you out below the map, which was really cool.
I
But
remember being stuck in ladder jail for like 10 minutes once. That was fun.
yeah. Yeah, we had to institute a rule in all our runs that Angelic was the only one allowed to move the equipment, because they were the only one that could move it without getting stuck in Shadow Realm. But it's a lot better now.
One of the biggest things of it actually working now is that you can trust the dirt you see, so you aren't spending 6 years cleaning something somebody else has already cleaned.
Yes.
It makes it a lot more efficient.
Yes, that is
You don't
extremely
get bullied
huge.
by time ghosts either.
You know,
Yeah. You still get bullied. You could absolutely still run into people. The collision in
Well,
this game is
sure.
very strange.
But it's not by time ghosts. You're
Yeah.
getting bullied by the actual people.
direct bullying.
Yeah.
Now you're getting
Got
bullied
it.
by your friends, which is better.
I can't. There we
Yes.
go. I was trying to boost on top.
Something here on the top.
Let's see. Temple filled with
Ah,
fire.
that was...
Downside of being able to move the equipment is you do get gnome teched more often by.
Bellows motor, cab window awnings, run boards, drive rods. Cab door, front windows, door. Looks like mostly the left side. Yep.
Right side door hinge. Got it.
That's
Door
Run board
flux
flux
fan,
fans, those are the
right
pipes.
side.
Time.
There we go. Time.
Well, yeah, that's what the train's for.
Neat and tidy 27 minutes.
Alright.
That's pretty good.
What was previous?
Unprevious. I didn't record any live splits before this. But that's what run. Thank you for reviewing this run and watching it. And watch the time train drive away there. Anybody got any final thoughts?
At time.
The only thing I can think of is we should show them why we're not doing the Warhammer DLC.
Not all of us have it.
Yeah, I don't own it, unfortunately.
Wow.
That's the other reason. But
Yeah, that would do it.
the major reason is that some of the levels would take longer than the boat from our previous one, which took us 7 minutes, and that was after a lot of practice.
Actually.
Yeah.
Do you have
So-
to own the DLC to help someone in free play?
Well, thank you for watching, and hope to see you all and everyone here at SGDQ 2024. See you later.
See you. Bye-bye.